The rain had come down hard that Tuesday, the kind of rain that makes the world look like a watercolor painting melting at the edges. The roads shimmered with reflections, and the trees bowed in surrender to the storm. Inside her apartment, Eva wrapped herself tighter in the oversized flannel she always wore when she was anxious. Her golden retriever, Milo, was lying by the window, unmoving. That's what caught her attention first, not what he was doing, but what he wasn't. Milo was always alert when it rained. He had a habit of barking at thunder as if he could argue it out of existence, but today lay there, head between his paws, eyes half-lidded. The kind of stillness that didn't seem like sleep, it felt like resignation. She called his name gently, no tail wag. Not even an ear twitch. That was when the first drop of dread bloomed in her stomach. Eva walked over and knelt down. Milo opened his eyes a little, like it cost him something. His nose was warm. Too warm. She placed a hand over his belly. He flinched. That was new. In her mind, she ran through a checklist. Had he eaten this morning? He had sniffed at his kibble, but walked away. Had he gone to the bathroom? She couldn't remember him asking to go out. Her own workday had been hectic. She'd missed the signs. All of them. By that evening, Milo had begun to tremble, not from cold but from something deeper, something invisible. The vet's office was closing in 10 minutes. She threw on a coat, scooped up all 70 pounds of him in a panic-fueled adrenaline burst, and drove through sheets of rain. In the fluorescent, lit exam room, everything smelled of antiseptic and worry. The vet, Dr. Hennessy, moved quickly. He asked questions like rapid fire, checking off symptoms with a practiced hand. How long has he been lethargic? Has he vomited? Any diarrhea? Loss of appetite? The questions crashed into her like waves, and she could only answer with more questions. She didn't know. She hadn't been paying attention. Not enough. The diagnosis came an hour later: pancreatitis. It was serious. It was painful. But it was treatable, if caught in time. Milo stayed at the clinic for 3 nights. Eva barely left her apartment. She barely slept. She stared at the empty food bowl, the leash by the door, the toy that still had his slobber on it. And she wondered how close she had come to losing him. When she finally brought him home, tail wagging weakly but eyes brighter than before, she made a promise. Never again would she miss the quiet signs, the whispers of sickness that come before the screams. That's when she started keeping a log. Each morning, she took 5 minutes to check: was Milo eating? Was he active? Did his eyes seem clear? Did his breath smell different? Was his belly tender? Was he limping even slightly? Did his behavior shift? Maybe extra clingy, maybe withdrawn. What she learned, and later shared with every pet parent she knew, was this: pets don't speak with words, but they always speak. You just have to know how to listen. There was Sophie, her neighbor, whose cat Nibs had stopped greeting her at the door. "She's just lazy," Sophie said, laughing. Eva didn't laugh. She suggested a vet visit. Nibs had a urinary blockage. If they'd waited 2 more days, it would have been fatal. There was Rahul from work, who thought his beagle was just getting old because he stopped playing fetch. Eva asked if he checked her gums. They were pale, a sign of anemia. The beagle had early stage kidney disease. They caught it just in time. Word spread. People started texting her photos of their pets' eyes, tongues, paws. "Does this look normal? My cat's hiding under the couch a lot lately. She never used to. Should I worry? My dog's been licking his paws raw. Just allergies, right?" Each message reminded her how close she'd come to losing Milo. Each one was a life potentially saved. The truth she had learned the hard way was this: sickness doesn't always come with fanfare. Sometimes it tiptoes in: a skipped meal, a longer nap, a hesitation before jumping, and by the time it screams, when there's vomiting, shaking, collapse, it's already inside deep. The vet once told her, "The earlier we catch things, the more power we have." And so Eva created a system. She called it the watch list. It had 10 signs. She wrote them on a whiteboard next to Milo's food station. Change in appetite, change in water consumption, lethargy, hiding, or sudden clinginess, vomiting, or diarrhea, bad breath, or drooling, limping, or trouble moving, unusual lumps, or swelling eye or nose discharge. 10. Behavior change, sudden aggression or silence. If Milo showed 2 or more signs on any day, she called the vet. No second guessing. It wasn't paranoia. It was awareness. When she shared the watch list on her social media, She didn't expect it to blow up, but it did. Hundreds of thousands of shares. Comments flooded in. "This just saved my cat's life. Thank you. My dog had cancer, and we caught early because of this post. I feel like I finally understand my pet." People weren't just hungry for information. They were desperate for it. Pets, after all, are family. They just don't have a voice, and Eva had somehow given them one. 3 years later, Milo is older, grayer around the muzzle, slower to run, quicker to nap. But he's still here, still chasing birds he'll never catch, still curling up by the window when it rains. Eva still watches him. Every day. Not with paranoia, but with love that pays attention. Because she knows now what too many people learn too late. The signs are there. You just have to see them before it's too late.